Good morning, students. Welcome back to the third session of your last chapter of chemistry. Is there matter around us pure? Now you see, in the last sessions we have discussed about the co-solution, different types of solution. Then I have discussed about the strength of a solution. Today we will discuss about suspension. So what is a suspension? In the first session I have given you some of the activities. I have shown you some of the activities. Okay. Now you see, what is suspension? Suspension, it is a heterogeneous mixture where the particles of one component remain suspended on the other component. If the mixture it is made up of two type of components, then say for example one component is liquid and another component is the solid. So the liquid component is present in more amount and the solid component is present in lower amount. Now if the solid particles will remain suspended on the liquid surface, then that type of mixture it is known as suspension. So how we will define suspension? Suspension, it is a heterogeneous mixture where one component remains suspended on the other component. On the heterogeneous mixture where one component remains suspended on the other component, it is known as a suspension. Now what are the properties of a suspension? First property of a suspension is that it is a heterogeneous mixture. You can write only this thing, it is a heterogeneous mixture. So this one is one of the properties. Okay, and second property you can say suspension, the particles of suspension in the first property you just have to write it is a heterogeneous mixture. Okay, no need to write these things in the second property, but you have to write the particles of suspension remains suspended. Then the third property you can write the particles scatter a beam of light. And the last property, now if we will give, now you say if we will sprinkle some powder on the liquid surface, then what will happen? These powder particles will remain suspended on the liquid surface, okay, for some time. And if we will keep it undisturbed for some time, then these particles will be settled down on the lower part of the vessel in which we have kept the liquid. So if left undisturbed, if left undisturbed, the particles will settle down. Okay, these are the properties of a suspension. It is a heterogeneous mixture. The particles of the suspension remain suspended. Then the particles scatter a beam of light, and the last but not the least, that is the if left undisturbed, the particles remain will settle down. So these are some of the particles of the suspension. Okay, one more property, it is in your book. You can go through your book, then you can write. Okay, so next we will discuss and what are the example of suspension. You can write powder plus water. Okay, sand plus water. So these are all suspension. That is the phases of both the components will be different. Now next topic, we will move into colloids. Colloids are also a heterogeneous mixture. Okay, colloids are also heterogeneous mixture, but since the colloid particles, what happens here? The particles of the colloidal particles, that is they are very small in size, so we cannot identify them as a heterogeneous mixture. Okay, the particle size are very small, but in suspension the particle size, that is the particles which remain suspended, are very large. Therefore we can differentiate between the suspension between the particles, both the particles of the mixture. Okay, but in colloids what happened, the particles cannot be differentiated with our naked eyes, but if we will go into the microscopic level, then we can differentiate that the particles, they are that is the mixture that is present in the colloid, it is a heterogeneous mixture. Now what happens in colloid, there are mainly two components. One component, it is dispersed phase, and another is dispersion medium. So if we will go to define what it means, what you say, dispersed phase is the solute. In simple terms, if we will compare it with the solution, the dispersed phase is the solute and dispersion medium is the solvent. Okay, now what happens in colloids, it is a heterogeneous mixture where dispersed phase particles remains suspended or dispersed on a dispersion medium, or remain dispersed on a dispersion medium. So this is the definition of colloid. Colloid, what is a colloid? It is a heterogeneous mixture where the particles of the dispersed phase remains scattered in a medium called dispersion medium. You can write the definition in this way: a heterogeneous mixture where the particles of dispersed phase remains where the particles of dispersed phase are distributed on a dispersion medium. So this is the definition of colloid. It contains two phases, dispersed phase and dispersion medium. The solute is the dispersed phase and dispersion medium is the solvent. Okay, this is how we can define colloid. Now so we will move into the, now you say the the colloidal particles, some of the properties. First property, it is a heterogeneous mixture. Second property, it can scatter a beam of light. Now you see milk, it is a colloid. What happens in the milk? The fats are dispersed on the liquid surface. Okay, these both fats and the fats are dispersed on the liquid surface, that is water. Okay, therefore whenever there is formation of the particles of the dispersed phase and dispersion medium separates out. So if you will see the milk, you cannot identify that it is a heterogeneous mixture. If you will see it with our naked when we will see it with our naked eyes, then we can see that it is a homogeneous mixture. But if we will go in under microscopic level, then we can differentiate that the particles that are present on the milk, these are not on the same phases. Okay, they are one is dispersed phase and another is dispersion medium. Now examples of colloid, you can give milk. Then whenever we open the window, or whenever sun rays are coming through the window or ventilator in a dark room, you can see the path of the light and some dust particles are moving. So what happens, these dust particles that are moving, these are also a colloidal particles. That is, the surface we are surrounded by, this is a colloidal surface. Okay, because the solid particles, that are dust particles, are dispersed on the air. Okay, so solid in liquid, so this is a solid in liquid, solid in gaseous medium, colloid. So there are different types of colloid you can find in your book. I will give you the different types of colloid with dispersed phase and dispersion medium separately. But we will first of all we will discuss about the properties. Now you see this effect, whenever we will open, whenever the sun rays come through the ventilator or the window in a dark room, you can see the path of the light and you can see the dust particles. So this effect is known as the Tyndall effect. Okay, Tyndall effect is the effect in which we can observe the path of the light, and where does, or the effect in which the beam of light is scattered by the particles present in the dispersed phase. Okay, this is another property of colloid. Then we cannot differentiate, we cannot see the dispersed phase particles with our naked eyes. This is another property of the colloids. Then the colloidal particles, now you see, if since we don't know that the particles are in different phases, therefore there are different techniques for the separation of the both the dispersed phase particle and dispersion medium particles. Okay, now you see, the one of the technique, it is centrifugation. Centrifugation is of the one of the technique in through which we can separate the colloidal particles. Like in suspension, if we want to separate the powder particle and the liquid particles, then what we have to do, if we will place the this suspension on a filter paper, then the solid particles are separated and the liquid particles remains separated from the particles. Okay, this is how we can separate through the simple process of filtration. But in colloidal solution, the colloidal solution cannot be separated by simple method of filtration or evaporation. You have to do what you have to do, we have to do centrifugation to separate both the particles. Okay, now first of all, write the properties of colloids. Number 1, it is a heterogeneous mixture. Number 2, it scatters a beam of light. It scatters a beam of light. Number 3, shows Tyndall effect. Number 4, separated by centrifugation. Okay, then number 5, particles cannot be seen with naked eye. So these are the properties of a colloids. You can write the properties. First is heterogeneous mixture, scatter a beam of light, shows Tyndall effect. What is Tyndall effect? You can see whenever the sun rays passes through a canopy. Okay, in a dense forest, when the sun rays passes through a canopy, we can see the path of the light from separately one between the trees. Okay, then we can see the path of this sun dust particles also. So this is what a Tyndall effect defines. Okay, then separated by centrifugation and the particles cannot be seen with naked eye. So these are some of the properties of a colloidal solution. Now we will discuss the different types of colloids. Okay, types of colloids. You can refer your book also. Okay, you can from your book also you can write, you can see it there. Then first of all, you see this first phase is solid, number 1, and dispersion medium, it is also solid. Then the such type of colloid, it is known as colloidal solution. Whenever we will say colloidal solution, it is also termed as salts. It is also termed as salts. I think it is clear. The short form of our colloidal solution, it is known as salts. Now the name of this is known as solid salts. Okay, the name of this colloid is known as solid salts. Then examples, you can see some people wear the colored gemstones. So these are examples of what? These are examples of solid in solid colloid. Okay, the name is examples gemstones. I will give you only one examples. The other examples it is in your book. So as a homework, you please make the list in this way: dispersed phase, dispersion medium, colloid, and another column you make it as examples. Okay. Number 2. Solid in liquid. Solid in liquid salts are known as, these are just salts. Okay, example you see solid particles, it is present in liquid. Then what examples are paints, the paints that we do in our household things, also in other wooden things. These paints are what? These paints are nothing but solid particles that are present in the dispersion medium, that is liquid. So this type of colloid is known as salts. Number 3, solid in gas. Example is aerosols. The name of the colloid it is aerosol. Solid in gas. Example, dust. So these are the 3 types of colloids. Another types of colloids here you see I am rubbing this part. Now in the left hand corner, the left hand side, this is dispersed phase, middle one is dispersion medium, and the third column it is colloid. Okay, just remember this thing. Solid in solid, solid salt, solid in liquid, only salt, solid in gas, these are known as aerosols. Next comes liquid in solid. Number 4, liquid in solid. Example, gel. The name of the colloid it is known as gel, and examples are, you can example butter, cream. Okay, I am giving you 2 examples. One example it is butter, another example it is cream. You can find the other things in your book also. Then liquid in solid salts are known as, just say in exam the question comes in this way. Liquid in, the question comes in this way. Liquid in solid is called dash. Okay, liquid in solid is called dash. The example, the name will be gel. Okay. Then number 5, liquid in liquid. Liquid in liquid salts are known as, these are known as emulsion. This is another very important colloid. Okay, an example it is milk. Liquid, that is fats are present in the, fats are also liquid, and the water is also liquid. They are present in liquid. These are known as emulsion, and the example is milk. These 2 are very important. Okay, emulsion it is very important. Then number 6, liquid in gas. Liquid in gas, these are known as liquid aerosols. These are known as liquid aerosols. So example you say liquid, it is present in, whenever water vapor it is mixed up with the gas, okay, that is present in the atmosphere, then it will give rise to what? Fog. So fog is an example of liquid in gas colloid, that is liquid aerosol. Okay, or you can call it as aerosol, so no problem. Whenever you see what are aerosols are those colloid where the dispersion medium is gas. Whatever might be the dispersed phase, but whenever dispersion medium is gas, then the colloid it is known as aerosols. Okay. Then the last, it is gas in liquid. Gas in liquid. This type of colloid is known as foam. Example here it is soap lather. So whenever we do some detergent powder, whenever we will rub some detergent powder or some soap, then what it gives rises to soap lather. Okay, that is the fruit. It gives rises to the fruit. So what type of colloid it is? It is a colloid where the solid phase is where the dispersed phase is gas and dispersion medium is liquid. Gas and liquid, the salts are known as foam. An example is soap lather. Then whipped cream, one, and another example it is you can find in your book. Okay, so these are the type of colloid that you can find. One chart is given in your book, so please remember this thing. And with this type of colloid I will conclude this chapter. In the next session most probably I will discuss about the separating techniques for different type of mixture. Okay, thank you for today.